Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1972 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today we continue the quest to add the 1972 Topps cards to our sim. We have run through pretty much all the teams in the American League East, with the exception of the Cleveland Indians, which we're going to do right now. And I've already typed in Russ Nagelson and searched for him to kind of give us a head start, and there are no Russ Nagelsons available. So we're going to stick with the 1971 Topps card for Russ Nagelson. Also, as I was just sitting here waiting to get started, I was looking at his stats. Like, here's a guy that, I mean, he existed. He was really in Major League Baseball. But his 3 years of baseball sim stats are, pretty solid for a guy that didn't really play all that much in real life. I kind of like seeing the progression of the games, of the at-bats, the home run power, the strikeouts. The more he played, really, the stronger he got, except for maybe in the strikeout range. So, I don't know. I was just noticing that. I'm not sure why I even bothered, because we are focused on getting these 72 cards entered. And I think, we've had such little success in adding the 72 cards because most of these players were either completely done or, like Dave Moats, hadn't even started their career yet. Dave Moats, this is a 76 rookie card, so we're not even there yet. So we can move along to the next guy. Chris Chambliss, who did have a 72 card, it's already added right there with the Indians. He was the Topps All-Star rookie, or we call those the Gold Cup cards. Pretty cool. So we can skip Chambliss and go to John Lowenstein, who was a rookie in 71 in real life, and so he's going to have a card, I would imagine. Let's find that card and get it entered. I want to give a shout out to Julio L., who's been really great in scraping together a lot of players who don't have cards in 72, sending them to my email, and I've been adding them to the game. I haven't really been pointing that out, but it is getting done, and so thank you to Julio for helping out in that way. I like to be thorough, but in the sense of trying to keep things going, I'm not going to go search the internet right here in the moment of recording. Okay, John Lowenstein. I guess I want to know. You know what? Let's go ahead and. Yeah, okay. So this is the card. You see it down here. Yeah, that is representing that card. So we have to delete that and go in here and edit this. And get rid of that too. And there it is. All right, moving on. Duke Sims. Is Duke Sims still hanging around in 72? Let's find out. Duke Nukem and the Sims. That's a PC game combo. Duke Sims was hanging around. He was on the Dodgers. He must have been their backup catcher. All right. And we add Duke Sims. Nice. Keep it moving. Lou Camilli. Now that's a card that Julio gave me already in advance. So we added Lou Camilli, and looks great. I'm assuming this is not a real. You know what? I never did look. Is this his real card, or is this a card that someone created? Let's find out. Is that 2 L's actually? Yeah, it is 2 L's. Take a look. Yeah. Okay. So that is a internet created card. All right. Gene Alley, 31 years old in this sim. All those years on the Pirates. Looks like he's a free agent signing by the Indians. And he does have a card. In every baseball mogul season I've ever played, thousands and thousands of games over dozens of seasons, the Indians have never been good. They have never won a division. It's kind of sad that the Indians just never get their due. I don't know how to make them. That would be like a real challenge to play as the Indians. I've never done that before. And try to make them a good team. Now here's Mark Belanger. You'll see him there with the Pilots card. He was a free agent at the end of our year, of last year, and we ended up having to cut him because we didn't have any cash. To re-sign him, and he became a free agent, and the Indians signed him. If he would have been hanging out there on the free agent market when we finally get into the black, I would have re-signed him for another go-around. He's a good defensive player, but he can't hit a lick in this game. Belanger, that is 8, 9, 10. And we make a lot of fun of him during the season because he's an automatic out. But, great player in the field and a good defensive replacement late in games. That's pretty cool. That is exactly the attitude I think he actually has when he's at the plate. He's not even ready to swing. He's just holding the bat on his shoulder. That is an exact example of how I would envision him in every at-bat. Here's Ted Ford. He had a 71 rookie card. Let's see if he had a 72. Don't forget, we started in 69 with the Pilots. And so you're seeing Ted Ford's entirety of his career being created in front of your eyes. Pretty cool. Now, Ted Ford had a Rangers team issue card, so he must have been on the Rangers at some point in 72, but it looks like he must have started on the Indians. Ted Ford, he does have a 72 card. See, here's a guy ready to hit, right? He's swinging the bat. There's another Ted Ford right there. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. All right, excellent. We're getting some cards with the Indians. Ken Suarez, good defensive catcher. Let's see. 94 arm. Throwing out everybody. Let's see what we got here. He is actually on the Rangers. Suarez, Ken. All right. There we go. Eddie Leon. I remember when COVID was happening and baseball cards were taking off, and I was buying more cards than I was selling. I'm kind of the other way around at the moment. I bought an Eddie Leon 1971 grade PSA graded card. I can't remember what it was graded. I got like a really good deal on it, and I turned around and made a little bit of money off of it. But this exact card that's shown here. Okay. All right, so Eddie Leon. Jose Cardinal. He's got an 80 rating. Still in bags. That is his go-to thing, I think, in this game. Cardinal was on the Brew Crew. Oh, there's a traded card. He got traded to the Cubs. See, this is the first year of the traded set, and that stamp across there kind of ruins the card. I liked it when they had just in the little writing that you could read in black, Um, I don't know. We'll just go with the base card. There's Cardinal. Replace it. Boom. Okay. Dave Nelson, another 71. All right, let's see here. We're doing pretty good. I mean, we're getting a lot of 72 cards. There's another one. Dave Nelson on the Rangers. I mean, the Rangers were the Washington Senators, right? So it's weird that we see so many Rangers on their very first team coming from other teams. I mean, it's like they almost scrapped their entirety of their franchise and started over again. Okay, here's Jim Wolford. He's not going to have a card, I don't think. That is his 74 rookie card. Yeah, okay. Tommy Smith. This is a 76 rookie from a rookie card. Nope, that's a football guy. Oh, that's actually a soccer card. All right. Ray Fosse. We are in AAA, so Fosse's in AAA? Oh, he's pretty young, though, at this point. That's right. It's 72, and Fosse does have a card. Nice. That's a good-looking card. $1.50. If you're unfamiliar, right here we have the Beckett high value for these cards. In case you're curious what the values are. Maybe you want to go buy one yourself. I don't think I have many 72 cards in my collection at the moment. I'm pretty sure I have some Tigers in my personal collection, but I don't think I have it like a large amount. Here's Norm Cash, speaking of the Tigers. Traded to Cleveland in '69 as the Tigers were dumping all their players. Made no sense. Still on the Tigers. There's a good looking card. 38 years old. He's got to be close to the end of his career. Norm Cash, of course, drowned. That is how he passed away. It was a big story when that happened in real life, as you can imagine here in Michigan, when I was in Michigan anyway. Jerry Haggard, this is a guy who played professional basketball. He did not have a baseball card. We used his basketball photo from college or something. That's where that came from. He does not have a baseball card. Ed Spiezio. Let's see here. Ed Spiezio. Yep, he's got cards for the Padres. I think this is the most... Well, he was on the Padres in '69. So that's where he started out before he came to this team. I think this is the first team that we've really had a lot of cards for, which is good. That's why we're doing this. Spiezio. Max Elvis. So that's a 1970 card. The likelihood he's got one in '72 is probably not good. He's 34 years old. And he has a Milton Bradley card. That's all, though. Gary Sprague, we're in AA. Sprague. I'm guessing he does not have a card. Nope. If anybody can find us a Gary Sprague card. I always say that, but my email, I'll put that in the comments below. I always say, hey, find me a card, but you don't even know where to send it. That's kind of dumb of me. Lee Lacy, nothing, because that's a 73 rookie. Longtime Dodgers player, but is that Dodgers? Yeah, that is the Dodgers. He's in Double-A. Larry Johnson, catcher. Minor league card. Nope. Bo Rain. These are all real people. Bo Rain. He's not going to have a card. Nope. Yeah, someone dig me up a Bo Rain. Buddy Bell, that is his rookie card, I believe. Certainly his Gold Cup card from 73. I like the fact that they redesigned the Gold Cup. Actually looks better. Yeah, so he did not have a 72. Dan Dreesen. That is a 74. Big part of the Big Red Machine. Pardon me for one moment, please. Oh. All right. Okay, so Dan Dreesen, nothing. Bobby Valentine. He's quite a character. 71 was his rookie, so he's got to have a 72, right? Yeah, he sure does. On the Dodgers. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should replace it. Let's just make sure. Yep. Okay. Tony Scott. I think he has most of his success in the late 70s, early 80s for the Expos. A lot of stolen bases. Yeah, too early for him to have a card. Pete Kogel. Let's see if he has one. I think that is his rookie card showing. 72. Yeah, maybe. He does. He's on another rookie card with the Phillies, with Mike Anderson and Wayne Twitchell. All right. Kogel. Pete. So, and we'll edit that some other time. Cool. We are in single A, so we're moving along. Gomer. Gosh, why would parents do that to a kid? It's got to be a family name. That is a manager's card. Nope. James Cook, I'm assuming. He does not have a card. Let's see. Nope. Mike Moran. I'm guessing nope. Nope. Luis Isaac, a pitching coach, it says. And he was a catcher. I'm assuming this is just a minor league card I dug up. So he's not going to have one. Nope. And Jerry Mumphrey, he must have been a draft pick in our sim. He always is good in this, you know, in any variation of Baseball Mogul. So that's his rookie card from 77. So he's definitely not going to have one. Bruce Boskler, another rookie. I really like the 77 cards. I'm guessing in my rankings, Boyskler. I got this spelled wrong. Let's see, if I'm going to rank my cards from the 70s, I'm going to go off the top of my head. Best card, 72. Then 75. Then 77. And 78. And then I guess 76. That would be my rankings in style. But 72 for sure. There's 78. I like the little cursive names for the teams. Mitchell Page. I think we traded him to this team, right? He was on our Pilots. We drafted him, and we traded him with Jerry Stevenson for Rick Auerbach. And that was a good trade. Rick Auerbach really worked out for us. All right. Paul Stevens. Minor league card. Nope. Mike Sember. Let's see. Nope. And Jerry Manuel. That's obviously his rookie card, so he's not going to be on here. Who else is on that card? Craig Reynolds, Lamar Johnson, Johnny LeMaster, and Jerry Manuel on the Tigers. He was a Tigers minor leaguer and went on to be the manager for the White Sox and the Expos, maybe? Or maybe he was a coach on the Expos. David Christensen. Catcher. Nope. Any of these guys, we could use a card to represent them. Al Woods. I think that is the O-Pee-Chee Al Woods rookie card. Gosh, they just have a bunch of Drek. Keith Bridges. Yeah, we're really going through a stretch here. We were doing really well finding cards. Okay, and we're done with the batters. Let's go ahead and save our work. And then move on to the pitchers, and we'll be done. This shouldn't take too much longer. Going team by team. Okay. I still have a lot of, beyond doing the baseball cards, there's still a lot more work to be done. I've played the whole off season, so all the players have been, assigned to their teams through free agency and whatever trades have happened. All kinds of stuff has happened. What hasn't happened is like all the tedious work. Okay, so there's all the players. We're going to have some pretty decent cards here to pull up. Starting with Louis Tiant, who I think in 72, I think that was his second and final year on the Twins. And he was just not good for them. I think he was injured. He was pitching through it. Yeah, then they dumped him on the Red Sox. Oh, gosh, he was so bad they didn't even have a card in 72 for him. Wow, is that crazy or what? That's right. He did pitch that year, but he wasn't on the team. He wasn't on any team. That is bonkers. Wow. Okay, so we'll use the 71 card for Tiant. We probably could just do a 73, but I don't like getting ahead of the cards that we're on unless we don't have a choice. Okay, Steve Hargan. Was he still pitching in 72? Yep. There he is. In the windup. It's hard to believe that's such a great pitcher like Louis Tiant. He had that 2 or 3 year span where he was kind of terrible. Oops. I botched that. Come on. All right. Need a steady hand like a doctor. All right. Sam McDowell. Let's see. Sam McDowell. All right. Giants. So that would have been his first year away from the Indians. McDowell. That's a cool looking card. What was that? $15 for the Sam McDowell card, first year in the Giants. Again, it's card number 720. So that's a high number card. The minimum those cards is $15. I really should spend some time like trying to dig up as many cheap variations of those as I can find. Just put them in my collection. Maybe I'll do that when I'm done. Gary Kroll. Nope. This guy was done in 66. This is a 67 card. And yet the game just keeps him around. In fact, he had 26 starts and is in the rotation. And he never pitched after 67. But you know what? That's one of my favorite things about Baseball Mogul. I bitch about Baseball Mogul a lot. And the fact that you can still have a player have a nice long career even if they didn't have one in real life is kind of fun. Okay, yeah, Siebert moved on to the Red Sox in real life. That is 7, 8, 9, 10. Siebert's $1.25. All right. And then we have Horacio Pena. He is the closer. Oop. Let's see. Oh, did I spell that right? No, I didn't. I spelled it like he's a whore. My bad. A pineapple whore. Okay, he's on the Rangers. Seems like everybody from the Indians got together and went to the Rangers. And you have that shot up his nose where you can only see the bill of the cap. Okay. There it is. Jim Kern. Love those Indians jerseys that he's wearing. I don't think 72 they were wearing them yet, right? We haven't seen, at least the 72 cards that we've seen so far, they're not wearing those. I think that was like a late 60s kind of thing. Late 60s, I'm sorry. The late 70s or mid 70s. Vicente Romo. The brother of Enrique Romo. We saw him a couple teams ago. There he is. One, two, three. Yeah. All right. Phil Hennigan. Yeah, a lot of these middle relievers, They were in and out. You didn't get a lot of years from them. Let's see what we got here. Ah, he does have a card for the Indians. And they're just wearing those grays. The wool grays. 4, 8, 9, 10. You know, and one of the things I really like about the 72 cards is they really went for it. I mean, they're coming off the 71, which were all black. I mean, not a lot of effort, not a lot of thought. I wonder, like, what technology improvement there was in between 71 and 72 that allowed them to do this tripping balls kind of look to it, you know? I think that's why they're my favorite. They switched it up in a way where it was kind of unpredictable, I would imagine. I mean, I was only a year old at the time. I had no thoughts on it at that point. My brain was barely formed. And that really hasn't changed much since 71. Billy Rohr. Yeah, these are, now we're in Schlubtown. Jim Ritwidge. Nope. Vince Colbert. This would be his second year card if he had one. Colbert. Yep, he does on the Indians. That's cool. Sometimes you get those rookie cards, and that's all they get. That was their one shot. All right. Stan Williams has not pitched since 1969 in our sim, but he's still hanging around at 35 years old. Or is he? Yes, he is. On the Cardinals. Oop, what's wrong with me? Williams, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This one, because this, let's just see here. I wish I knew what that looked like. Let's just move both and keep them. Make sure. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, so we'll delete that. Because S.T. Williams might be a common 10-letter combination. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't deleting the wrong player. Okay. There's Ray Miller. Never had a baseball card as an actual player, but he has one there as the manager of the Twins. He was the longtime pitching coach. This would have been 86, this card came out. So this was right before Tom Kelly took over, I'm guessing. Turned that team around, he did. I don't know why I'm talking like Yoda, but... Okay, Rick Austin, no. There's an example of a pitcher with one and done. Daryl Sutherland, I feel like this guy should have a card somewhere. How does this guy not have a card? You know what, just for the shits and giggles, let's just search this guy's entire catalog. How does he not have a card? Pitching 3 years for the Mets. Okay, he does. There he is. Why are we not using that card? Oh, there's one right there too. Maybe I messed him up somewhere. Okay, so we'll use this card. Or let's see. Maybe we spelled it wrong somewhere in here. Sutherland 3. What about Sutherland 2? No. Oh, that's why, because we had Gary Sutherland in our sim. All right. So we probably blocked this guy out. So let's just go. Well, how many is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to go Sutherland D. And then we'll go Sutherland D. Okay, and now he'll have a card next time. There it is. Boom. Fix that one all on our own like a bunch of big boys. Okay, back to it. 1972. We're looking for Jerry Hinsley. He's not going to have a card. Nope. Tommy Gramley. We already don't have a card for him. Nope. Bob Ryer the Kaiser. For you Weird Al fans out there. Weird Al saying the Ryer the Kaiser instead of the Eye of the Tiger. That's so dumb. All right. Okay, Rich Hand. Another Rangers. Another Indian to the Rangers. That had to be an upgrade for Washington. But how many Indians players do you want from this era? You know, like these are not the best players. How is this guy in 82 and not on the team? You know, like he's in Double A. He gets a couple of starts a year. Get that guy in there. He's going to give you a hand. Bill Grief. Unfortunate name. Got the mustard yellow jersey on. Oh, hey. What is this? Whoa, this is the J.R. Richard rookie card. He's on that card. It's only $2.50 for the J.R. Richard rookie card. Wait, so I saw this up here. The O-Pee-Chee is $4. Okay. That's cool. All right. Mark Bollinger. Anything for this guy? I'm going to say no. Nope. Chuck Macamole. I feel like I'm saying whack-a-mole. He's got a card, though. That's awesome. Steve Dunning. Do we have a card for Steve Dunning? I bet we do. One. Tops. Boom. Perfect. Dunning is 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Looking good. Oh, God, I hate this card. I know this is the rookie card for this clown. This is a card, I'm sure I've said this before. I hate this card. Well, every time I was going to get a collection from somebody, you know, buy a collection off of somebody, this damn card would be in there. And it just annoys me because of his hair. He's not wearing a hat. It's just obnoxious. I don't know. Ron Law. All right, Larry Burchard. Burchart. Nope. He had a 70s card. That's pretty cool. Look at the Major League Baseball logo above the name or the number on the front of the vest. That's pretty cool. Man, imagine getting one of those patches on a baseball card. That would be sweet. Rick Langford. He's not going to have a card this early. We might be just about done here. Nope. Fernando Arroyo, Detroit Tiger. And then he left the Tigers and went to the Twins. Had an okay career. With Mark the Bird Fidrich in those days. Mike Stanton. No. All right. And Roy Branch, this is the last one. And we know he's not going to have a card because we've played with Roy Branch before in the Tigers series. Nope. Okay. Cool. We're done. We wrapped up all of the American League East as I go ahead and save this here really quick. So the next team looks like will be the California Angels as part of the West Division. We've already done the pilots. I didn't do a video for that because my laptop screwed up during the recording of that. So we don't have that video to show. But we'll have these last 5 teams to do here. And then we'll flip it over to the National League and start going through those. And then after that, we have to do all the players in the amateur draft. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be the long videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Until then, everyone, have a great day.